The summer of 1985 blazed with a heat that mirrored the intensity of Lily Rossi's spirit. Her hair, a cascade of fiery red curls, seemed to catch the sunlight itself, bouncing with every step she took across the cracked asphalt of the Ocean Drive boardwalk. Her Walkman, a clunky gray Sony adorned with a sticker of David Bowie in his Ziggy Stardust prime, pumped out the pulsating rhythm of a new Thompson Twins song, the defiance in the music echoing in Lily's own heart. At 17, she was a whirlwind of neon legwarmers, ripped denim jackets adorned with a hand-stitched The Cure patch, and a thirst for a life beyond the sleepy Californian beach town of Bayside. Across the boardwalk, weaving through tourists in pastel-colored fanny packs and rollerbladers in Dayglow Lycra, was Alex Davis. A year older than Lily, he possessed a quiet confidence that drew eyes. His sandy blonde hair, bleached a touch lighter by the summer sun and perpetually wind-blown, contrasted with the deep blue of his chambray shirt, the sleeves rolled up at the elbows to reveal strong forearms adorned with a faded woven friendship bracelet. Unlike the other guys who ogled the girls in neon bikinis, Alex seemed more interested in the worn paperback clutched in his hand, a well-loved copy of The Catcher in the Rye, with a dog-eared page marking Holden Caulfield's iconic line about phonies. Their paths collided with the serendipity of a beach movie, but with a soundtrack by the Smiths, a rogue skateboard, careening wildly out of control thanks to a wobbly 5-year-old, rocketed towards Lily. Time seemed to slow, the garish colors of the boardwalk blurring into a haze of panic. A strong hand gripped her arm, yanking her back just as the board whizzed past with a sickening scrape. Lily's heart hammered against her ribs as she turned, met with eyes the color of the summer sky. A nervous laugh escaped her lips, punctuated by the tinny strains of "How soon is now?" leaking from her headphones. "Thanks," she stammered, her voice barely audible over the music. Alex smiled, a genuine crinkle at the corners of his eyes that crinkled the bridge of his nose in a way that made Lily feel a fluttering in her stomach entirely unrelated to the near-death experience. "No worries," he replied, his voice a soothing baritone that sent shivers down her spine. "Catcher in the Rye fan, I see," he added, glancing at the book peeking from her bag that sported a faded illustration of a girl with flowing red hair riding a bicycle. Lily's surprise was evident. "You actually read that?" she countered, surprised to find someone who wasn't obsessed with the latest hair metal band or the newest trend in neon scrunchies. A conversation, easy and flowing like melted vanilla ice cream, unfolded over ice cream cones, his a classic chocolate chip, hers a daring bubblegum swirl that matched the bright pink bow in her hair. The sugary sweetness mirrored the blossoming connection between them. They talked about books, their dreams that stretched far beyond the town's limitations of endless summer and tourist traps, and a shared love for the melancholic beauty of the Cure's music. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in a riot of color that rivaled the hues of Lily's hair, they walked along the shore, their laughter echoing across the waves punctuated by the rhythmic crash of the tide. They stopped by a weathered pier, the worn wood groaning under their weight as they sat on the edge, legs dangling over the water. Gazing at the star-dusted canvas above, Lily confessed, kicking her neon pink Keds against the piling beneath them, "I feel like I can finally breathe here, with you." Alex, his gaze tender, leaned in, the scent of salty air and something faintly citrusy washing over her, and replied, "Maybe this summer isn't just about the tan lines and endless arcade games anymore." Their summer unfolded like a John Hughes film come to life, soundtracked by a mix of new wave and alternative rock, stolen kisses under the flickering lights of the boardwalk arcade, late-night drives with the windows down, the wind whipping through their hair and the Beach Boys blasting from the radio, and endless conversations filled with hopes and dreams whispered under the faded glory of a Ferris wheel. Lily, inspired by Alex's passion for writing, scribbled furiously in a battered notebook filled with dreams of becoming a journalist and seeing the world beyond Bayside. Alex, in turn, found his muse in Lily's fiery spirit and unwavering belief in him. His own worn paperback now filled with poems and short stories inspired by her. But summers, like all good things, eventually end. As fall painted the town in shades of auburn and gold, the weight of reality settled in. Alex, with a college acceptance letter clutched in his hand, knew he couldn't stay. Tears welled up in Lily's eyes as she stood at the bus stop, waving goodbye to the boy who had become her everything. The years that followed were a test of their love. College life, filled with new experiences and people, threatened to pull them apart. Letters, filled with longing and promises, became their lifeline. But distance, like a slow tide, began to erode the foundation of their connection. Phone calls became shorter, letters less frequent. The silence grew louder, echoing the vast distance that separated them. One day, a letter arrived, different from the others. It was short, devoid of the usual warmth, conveying Alex's decision to pursue a career opportunity on the East Coast. Lily's heart shattered like a dropped record. The dreams they'd woven together under the summer sky seemed to dissipate like smoke. Years passed, filled with unspoken regrets and missed opportunities. Lily, now a successful journalist in San Francisco, carried the memory of Alex like a bittersweet melody. Alex, a published writer in New York, found himself haunted by the echo of Lily's laughter in his quiet apartment. Then, one rainy afternoon in 2000, fate intervened. A chance encounter at a book signing, Lily interviewing a renowned author, brought them face to face. Time seemed to melt away, the intervening years dissolving in the intensity of their gazes. The conversation flowed, not with the carefree ease of youth, but with a depth born from shared